So tonight, today's session, I guess we kind of can experience what it's like, right? The elements are actually the elements of our body. In Pali, we call it the Mahabhutas. Earth, water, fire, and wind or air. Earth, water, fire, and air. Sorry. These four elements that make up the world or the universe, the physical world, and our physical body. It's different from the five elements of the Chinese. These are we're talking about the physical reality. And the fifth element is space. And the sixth element is our mind, our consciousness. Mm-hmm. So we always want the four physical elements to be in harmony, so that we can be in good health. And it's connected to the earth. All is just this, and it's always changing as well. And we can kind of not reconnect, but remember that we are these elements. And these elements are very strong. They provide the key, they support, they absorb, without all kinds of judgment. Even for fire, you throw anything into the fire consumes it without complaining as well. It just burns. The sun shines its light freely onto the world without judgment. It didn't care if it can't shine onto the other side of the earth. It didn't see it as its responsibility that it can't illuminate certain things that is its life or important to it. The sun just has to continue burning. It doesn't have to shine. It just has to be itself, to be fire, to burn, and light emanates from it by itself. It can't control how fast the earth spins, but it knows the earth would spin. And it knows when the earth spins, one part will be dark again. And it's not bothered by how the moon moves to illuminate the other side. What happens if the sun decides to be a healer, for example, to reach out to help? Solar flare, you just kill the earth. You see? So these are wisdom, compassion, wisdom are like fire. It just has to burn itself, nourish itself. And in our lives, the same thing as well. As long as we can remember who we are and our practice, without thinking that we need to reach out to help someone, because sometimes when we start releasing solar flares, that's it. You see, in a sense, if you have a fire over here, then of course the room temperature will change. But if the fire decides to spit fire onto this net, what happens? The overall collective temperature becomes hotter, right? So when we spit our fire of compassion or wisdom onto someone, that without wisdom, instead of letting it just illuminate by itself, then there's a backlash, right? It gets warmer and it gets heated out, right? And so this is just something that we can remember, how we can embody ourselves to just be, And it's not a selfish thing to just be, right? Naturally, as our behavior changes and people around us, our loved ones will be able to feel our love and our care, our compassion for them. Because like what I shared earlier, we're not here to attract a positive reaction from someone or from the world or from the universe. We're not here to want anything. We're here to vibrate on our own level, and that's it. We take care of our energies. And these energy will shine out, vibrate out, and seep into the energies of others to help them. So be it if you're dealing with someone who is negative, who you really love, care for, it's the same thing. And through our presence, it can bring a lot of nourishment and healing. And when it's time to take action, to take a step further, we will know. But first, we need to illuminate ourselves. We need to continue burning, our alchemy's fire or whatever you call it. Then it will start to illuminate them more and more and more. Then you see clearly, you know how to act, what to do, what to nourish in them. Because we are like the sun, right? Sunlight of awareness. Maybe there's a flower somewhere that the person needs. Maybe there's nothing to be burned. It's just sunlight that needs to shine to the flowers of someone. And it's for enjoyment. And when we can illuminate that beauty and appreciate it. When someone appreciates you, they don't need to say so much. You kind of know. You just know that they appreciate you. So it's the same thing. People can feel. And then they can become comfortable with being themselves. That's what creates that relationship. That's the basic. And the basic is the most important. That's the fundamental. So this is how we can bring all this meditative wisdom that we've learned into our daily lives. To deal with our relationships. Perhaps you have someone that you have difficulty with, like a co-worker or anyone. But if you continue burning, being the fire, the sun that you are, with your mindfulness, you start to see clearly. Maybe you see suffering in them. Then we perhaps won't have that much. It's very hard when you see someone suffering, you wouldn't want to wish harm upon the person or ill will. Compassion comes. I don't know if you can change the situation with that person, but most important, inside you can change first. And I see something, I have compassion then. Because my peace matters. If I lose my peace here, I'm going to meet someone that I love later on, big trouble. My peace matters, I hold it. So we can't say that someone affects our peace. Most of the time, ultimately, it's just up to us. We can't control how the world is, but if you just maintain our energies, that's a wonderful thing. Every pain, every ache in meditation, every sound that we hear reminds us that, hey, this is the present moment, come back. There's a space that belonging inside, of peace, of mindfulness we can return to. So any adversities in life that happens, things that we do not like, can also bring us back like, hey, I have a practice. It's a mindfulness bell to remind us to take a breath, to the right remembrance, come back. There's a safe island within us to have equanimity within ourselves, to have inclusiveness. And if we can all practice that, the world will be a very wonderful place. Perhaps the left can see what's going on with the right, and the right can see what's going on with the left too. Instead of seeing each other as enemies, Right? The left and right still have to exist. They stand for different things. Right? We can't change perceptions or opinions of others, but we can see how we process. We can change how we process information. So continue with the practice. So everything that is learned, every different kind of practices learned throughout the 4 weeks can be applied, into your own meditation practice, as in your own way, in your own manner. The same, when we develop loving relationships with ourselves, with the world, with spirituality. It also means to develop a loving relationship with ourselves, our feelings, our emotions. Of course, there will be times when we really need to be firm, and we take that action as well. When we need to have apply boundaries. Not applying boundaries to cut somebody out of our lives. But boundaries because like it'll be safe for both parties. When we anticipate, perhaps certain destructive behaviors might come out. So I'm not perfect, I also have to work on that myself. But that's the beauty, right? To understand that everyone has suffering. Suffering is a part of life. And when we can have this remembrance of common humanity, that everyone suffers, then it makes it more manageable. And things are impermanent at the end of the day. The Buddha, it's because of suffering that propelled him to search for enlightenment. And it's also through suffering. Suffering is the door into the heart of the Buddha. If we have zero suffering, why look for the Buddha? So it's a loving relationship. That's what I like to think of. Can be our best friend. And we don't also think that yes, people do remove us from our peace. It happens. It can be really, a test of the patience, pushing the buttons. However, it's also our responsibility and duty to reclaim that peace. By breathing, coming back. Oneness means to be one, not just with the light, but be one with the darkness as well. We are not living in caves and mountains alone. We live in a world. There's a lot of interactions, and that is our present moment. Every single moment. There's you. Whoever is in front of you is a part of your moment, that moment. So the question is, how can I make it work? As we progress more and more spiritually, our emotional intelligence have to increase as well. Doesn't mean that, I'm higher vibration, you are lower vibration, I avoid you, affect me. No. It's my emotional intelligence. How can I embrace your emotion, see as a part of me? Because when I do that, I'm vibrating on my energy. I'm not rejecting, I'm not repelling, I'm not trying to change you. But I need to vibrate on my love, my compassion, my contentment, my understanding. And this becomes my feel. It's like every sound is part of me. And this energy flows. And it can create a lot of positivity. You start attracting without the right circumstances. You walk to an eerie and dark place, you might not even feel it because you're just vibrating on your own energy. Many times I went some places and people can tell me, I feel a bit not like heavy, lightheaded, things like this. And I was like, I don't feel anything. They feel like there's entities here and there. And I was like, I don't feel anything. I don't even sense anything. I'm just happy. But I walk in the difference that I know, I don't like it. I don't want to stay in this place long enough. But I don't feel like eerie or heavy. I was like, something just makes me wake up. And it's good, right? In a sense, ignorance is bliss. I don't see, I don't feel, I'm normal. Wisdom guides me, I'm still in my energy. But some people out there walk and like, then it's not that good anymore.
It's absorbing the...
Yeah. Because what you see and you kind of get affected, you absorb, you dwell in it, right?
Yes.
But if you're too oversensitive and you don't dwell in it, that's good, that's why you can drop it. And a lot of times we go into places, it's not that we're buying property all the time, right? So it's a good thing for me. I see it works good for me. I'm not a property investor. Walk anywhere, not good, walk out. you know. But if I need to get a place of my own, then obviously I need like, okay. But your vibes, are the important things. And this is your aura. That it shields you from negativity. I've been to haunted places for retreats, and sometimes people can tell me that they can't sleep. I was like, man, I slept in peace, I slept well. I was like, to me, it's like it didn't matter if there's spirits or anything, it just didn't matter. I just slept in peace. Yeah. So this is one thing to keep in mind. This mudra is to just remember. Lucas, can you turn off the video? Thanks. Just turn it off.